You know, I did a video called Loki and the Curse of the No Fun Marvel Mommies.
Oh my god.
Yes, I
And
remember.
that's like
I
every like
remember.
female character in the Marvel universe. It's just a no fun mommy, and I'm just so tired of it. Like, there's a lot of fun time male characters, and that are sexy and fun and silly. You know, all these dudes. But then the women are all just like, "Don't look at me. I'm not sexy. Don't you dare have a sexual thought about me. I'll kill you." You know, and it's just like, what? Like, it's so weird.
Nerderotic.com.
The first 20 minutes of this 40 plus, as you missed so much in this episode. I'm so sad for you.
40 minutes.
The first 20
It was riveting
minutes,
as.
they were trying to get information out of a guy. That's it. Brad.
Yeah.
Brad just seemed, he was supposed to be hard to crack, and then he cracked really easily afterwards, but he was standing up to Loki and Mobius and got Mobius.
It was like 30 minutes of just nonsense.
Nonsense.
Where, like, can't Loki do something? Look at his mind. Like, do fucking something
That's
with
the
his
thing.
powers. Like,
that's the thing. Is he has fucking like magic. Illusionary magic, and he shows it in the beginning of the episode,
right?
And then we're in this interrogation scene where it's supposed to be like he's gonna try and mess with your brain, and Loki's like, whatever. So he goes in, and then he starts calling him loser, and you're a villain, and you're never anything better, and you're always trying to do this. Loki's having this like little monologue bit where he's like, maybe I am the villain, maybe I'm building up to do something very evil right now.
This moment,
and I was like,
do something.
Is he about to do something?
And then he didn't do it. He backed off.
And he didn't do shit.
Like, Bart, all you needed was for Loki to go on that spiel and say that, said, maybe I've just been waiting for this moment, and fucking turn into Loki, get his armor on, lift this guy up and choke him, have him break, and then sit him down. And if you want to be a little bit lighthearted, just be like, he could turn to Mobius and be like, well, that worked out pretty easy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You cut out 15 minutes of dumbassery that's pointless, and you get to that scene quick.
He could have changed the entire room into some horrible
oh my god,
land of death or whatever, like just to freak this guy out. He didn't do anything.
This looks so fucking bad. There is no action or anything. This looks like Office Space with Tom Hiddleston. Is what it looks like.
That's pretty much it. So
feels like a drama.
God.
Well, that's what it is. I mean,
it's not even dramatic. It's just boring.
Well, yeah, it's their attempt at being dramatic. But you're right, it is boring.
I love the colors. I love how it kind of looks like Wes Anderson films sometimes.
I know the color
But, like,
palette's
that's the
really
thing,
nice.
is, like,
and the
it's
production
got-
value is great. But
Yes, its production value is really well done. The actors are great. That's why it tricks a lot of people, because they watch this and they say, "Oh, this is a good show."
Yeah,
but
well,
it's
Tom
not.
Hiddleston, he's great. He's a
Tom
great
is
actor.
so good.
And even in a shit show like this, he's still fantastic. I mean, he's easily the best thing in the show.
I thought they were going to show a weirdo McDonald's too. I was like, oh, it's going to just say like, you know, like McDowell's or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I was just like, oh, it was going to
We
be.
got to pay for these shows somehow.
I get it.
They set us up for a great meal.
Like, that is the least of the show's problems. Give me more just
right.
bullshit McDonald's promotion. I'm hungry as fuck. Just having Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston, like two like people that actually have charisma, even if you don't like what they're doing with the show. Like, that's why this was such like a breath of fresh air after Ahsoka, which was just the most boring people and characters on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
When you see like Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, even if you kind of like are brutally offended by what they're doing with the characters, you're like, at least these are two like skilled actors that are talking to each other.
Right.
But this all leads to another conversation where, like, the last time we saw each other,
Eating and talking.
Danica's right. Like, she just like showed her affection for him in the first time at the end of the final episode of Loki,
without consent.
Yeah, without consent. By the way, this was all supposed to set up the multiversal saga.
Of course it was.
Right.
For the audience at home, if you're like, hey, these images you're showing, this is just like for 5 minutes of the show, right? I mean, they're not just like seriously sitting in a McDonald's and talking at the back of a truck for 5 minutes after having a nice conversation over pie.
She's not
for 10
happy
minutes.
with Loki.
No.
No fun Marvel.
That is
no fun.
Exactly.
No fun.
Encapsulates everything.
I hate everybody. Follow the rules.
Or like, don't make me follow the rules.
Yeah, right.
That's more what it's like. Yeah. And where he's just like, I'm really sorry for whatever it is I did that I don't know that I did, but I'm sorry for it. And then Brad's just like, we need to get out of here. Owen Wilson's like, well, I love this apple pie, man.
It's just sitting and talking one scene after another.
I mean, we have a great meal. They only paid us $100
there's
million.
apple pie.
How much of a focus is McDonald's in this episode?
Oh, huge.
Well,
Very
probably
half the episode.
spent about 10 minutes at it. And
Really?
Yes.
I want to go on record
McDonald's was
saying that
good.
I hate Sylvie. I hate Sylvie as a blonde woman. I hate that she doesn't look like Loki. I hate that she doesn't have her tits out. I hate that she's no fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like the Lady Loki in the comics that I know is dark hair.
Yep.
She's got titties out, and she does it on purpose because she's the goddess of mischief. She knows
Right.
you're looking at her tits, and she's using that against you.
Yeah.
Like she's
I
fucking
would
with
die
you.
immediately. I'm
Like
just
exactly,
saying.
exactly.
Evie
She uses these assets to her advantage, and it's just like, man.
This one crosses
she's the
her
lady of
arms
mischief
over.
because she's like, I'm crossing my arms. I don't want you to look under my trench coat that I'm wearing.
And it's just, I love the idea of Loki dating himself, because he's so narcissistic. But then we have somebody who doesn't look anything like him, but we're just supposed to say, "Oh, that's Lady Loki," and it's that's not Lady Loki though. That doesn't
Well,
look anything like
it's not. It's supposed to
Or
be kind of
act
a
like
mix.
him.
It's a mix of Lady Loki and Enchantress. Like,
Well, yeah, Enchantress. Yeah, there's the Enchantress thing.
Oh yeah, the comic book version is so hot.
Look at her. She's ready to fuck your shit up, man. And you're gonna thank her. You're gonna be like, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
please.
And then she's gonna turn into a man, and then Az is really gonna be into it.
Yeah.
Like, I tricked you.
It's actually Loki.
I tricked you, but she
Oh.
wanted to fuck with you.
is
Just when he
female
thinks-
Loki a trap?
Just when he thinks the meme is going away, Raya brings it back.
Got news for you.
But she's so cunt. Like she looks so fucking hot and awesome, and I love that. And it's like if she was a drag queen, it'd be okay, but if she's a woman, she can't be sexy.
No, you can't.
And
be that
like
hot.
that's upsetting to me. Like it's like I love glamour. I like dressing up, and I don't do that every day. I can't play the hot girl every day. It's a lot of fucking work. It's like a lot of energy to do it.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting, and I don't know how. There's some girls that do it 24/7. I don't know how they do it, but it's fun to like do that. Like I enjoy it. It's fun to get your tits out and like look hot. Like what's the problem? What's the problem?
Look, you're speaking my language, sister. That's all I can say. Okay? I like this fucking girl. So we can do things now, like get the tits out and stuff. So, yeah.
Remember, they're not just looking for female Loki. They're looking for Ravonna Renslayer too. So they're men.
Oh,
looking
she's
for
fun.
women.
I love her character. She's so much fun. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Hot.
great costume.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. The
And she's
mullet.
always got a little tricky smile, like I'm gonna fuck you up, it's hot.
She can. I would let her fuck.
And you
me
would
up.
like you would let her
Yeah.
exactly, and that's the whole thing. Like that's the whole thing.
But what if I told you, Danica, instead we could have one that has a really bad-looking mullet, a bitter look on her face all the time, a very ill-fitting jumpsuit with a trench coat, wearing boots on the back of a pickup.
Oh, that's great. She looked like me when I was like
Is that what
15.
you're looking for, Danica? That's what you're
Exactly.
looking for.
Yeah.
I would have that.
This is
Wasn't
This is
hard to
not
find
the
that
person
either.
that Loki would be in love with, even if it is himself.
right.
No.
Like I don't get it. Like I don't see it between them. Like he's so sexy. He's got a great voice, and like
Yes,
he looks
he's so
good.
hot.
Like, he's so fine. It's just like you can do
And-
better
and
than this, bro.
And I don't think like I've seen pictures of this actress before. She's like attractive pictures of this
No,
actress.
she's not
before.
a
They
bad looking
made her look
woman. I'm not saying she's a
frumpy
bad
and weird in
looking
this.
woman, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the interpretation of this character.
No,
They
that's,
make her
like,
look awful in this show.
whack. Yeah, it's whack.
So yeah, they're looking for women. They go to McDonald's. They find a woman, and then they have to go find another woman who they weren't.
Oh, yeah,
An even uglier woman.
I love that actress though. She's
That's
so
not
good.
possible.
Liza Aaron, yeah. So okay, they're
She's
the
so
lines,
good.
and they're watching the lines disappear, which are
Those are people. Those are lives.
I literally laughed and was like, "Soylent Green are people!" Like when I was
people.
watching this.
I feel like this woman would have like a more emotional reaction if someone dropped good donuts on the floor. than when, than when
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
Bro,
I mean, depending on the donuts.
does that fix the loom? Now that they did this, is the loom fixed?
That's what you would think, right? That's the first question I had. Is OB's like problem with everything dying good because the problem with the loom was all these different things branching off. Well, they just eliminated. It sounds like almost all of them in
Right.
one fell swoop.
Or do they still need Kang?
Well, they do still need Kang, and that's what will be the next 2 episodes.
I feel like Sylvie really needs some Kang in her life.
So the multiverse is
She needs some
unraveling
cock.
conveniently slow, so everybody can they can waste more watch minutes
Oh, God.
to get to Jonathan Majors. So Yeah. So we get in this final scene where they're destroying all of the threads. And
that's a cool set. That's a cool location.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is.
Maybe like a warehouse, possibly.
It's cool looking.
Or at least the boats in there.
Kind of I don't know about where. Yeah. I don't know where the fuck that is, but it's just a bunch of busybodies dropping bombs. Like, just like throwing. I don't know how this works.
Rectangles.
Just like throwing like a. hey, this is a grenade that destroys the entire timeline. Apparently, they just like toss a bomb in there.
Yeah.
While she's looking for Robin Aaron.
So of course she's the one that's like, I gotta stop this.
Here comes Joe Dirt, and yeah, they're fighting. The fighting's pretty bad, and they want to get to her.
And then Loki and other Loki Sylvie girl, they hold hands, and she's like, "Don't overthink it."
Don't
and then they do their dream power thing.
Don't overthink it as if I don't want you to think that I'm touching you because I care about you, even though I just kissed you without consent an hour ago in the timeline.
Yep, and then they
destroy everyone.
Yeah, they hold hands.
And to go work in a McDonald's.
They hold hands, and what'd you call it, Garrett? It's a
magical fart.
It's a simultaneous fart.
Well, this is they realized they failed, so like it didn't even matter that they blew all these people up.
Owen Wilson looks like he's fucking about to go to sleep.
This is their
people are getting genocide.
Yeah, he's not the only one. I'm saying.
This is her saying that's trillions of donuts. Like this is his moment.
And donut makers.
So many wasted pastries.
And people,
all those donuts.
All those bakers who died.
And then this is also something I don't understand is obviously they were trying very hard to not let this happen, to stop this. And then Sylvie's reaction's like, you're all trash. Like to the people who were trying to stop it and are like now mourning the fact that they weren't able to stop some of this stuff. Which is like, yeah, they feel the same way, but they're also not happy about this.
The TVA is the problem. It's broken. It's rotten. I'm going home. If it's still there.
Please don't.
Probably just that time of the month.
She's a woman and Loki's a man. That's it. That's all you fucking need for a woman.
Don't
to be
overthink
mad at
it.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, but her, we want to find her. We need to find Girl Boss. Another girl
Find
boss.
Sylvie, save the world.
We don't have MacGuffins anymore. We just have McMuffins.
Accurate.
We're still missing one girl boss, which is Renslayer from this.
Yeah, that's who they're looking for. That's who they're looking at.
He's probably like connected with Kang.
Yeah, that's that in the first episode. And they were like Kang and her were.
That's who she'll
I couldn't
be
have
with.
done this without you.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
I'm just so confused. Like, well, okay, what would happen if there's no TVA and then all these branching timelines? Like, what does it matter?
That's a really good question, and I keep wondering it.
Didn't I say in season 1 they have to prune stuff because if they don't prune stuff, then everything's destroyed. Everything gets destroyed. But now everything's fucking all over the place. It's like, nah, it's fine.
Well,
Right,
the
I'm
premise,
confused.
I believe the premise was in the first season they existed because they had to prune these timelines. But the reality was it was all a creation from Kang, which he created the TVA because he wanted to make sure that none of the other if there's any other Kangs that exist, they'll fight each other and tear apart the multiverse.
Got it.
So
got it.
once he got killed, the timeline started branching, which has the potential to create extra Kangs. So now that's why the universe will get destroyed. I think that's where we're at.
Okay.
But
okay. I see. Yeah.
The end of this is supposed to set up what is to come. Deadpool 3 and all the other.
So this is actually tying into other things.
Supposedly, yes.
Well, that's how serial things work, but you should just at least have an interesting arc within that. You have an arc.
Yeah. And don't trouble yourself with that nonsense. No. That's just silly talk now.
I know.
Get back to talking about tips and hard nipples.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.
Hey, if you like what we do here at Nerdrotic Daily, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you could do that with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.